Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Parityajyamunam Vatadasthitincha Vrajan Bharatasya Pradeshat Pradesham Madhusyandi Vacha Janan Dharma Margenayan Shri Jayendro Gururbati Chitte Namami Shankaran Vakya Vijayendra Saraswati Shri Gurum Sishtamar Ganunetaram Sanmati Pradam Sadguru Charanarvindabhyan Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. In Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, Bhagavan Krishna is giving a crash course on Atma Tattvam to Arjuna. In a couple of tens of shlokas, Bhagavan Krishna is teaching about what is Atma. And he tells that, hey Arjuna, when you fight against Bhishma, Drona, etc., you are fighting against their body. You are not fighting against them in Atma, because Atma is only one. How can you fight against yourself? Atma. So Swami Paramarthananda puts the entire teachings of the Bhagavad Gita regarding the Atma Tattva as this. Atma is consciousness. Consciousness is not a part, product or property of the body. My hand is a part of my body. My legs are a part of my body. My eye is a part of my body, which means that my hand is not my body. My legs are not my body. My eyes are not my body. It is only a part. But Atma is not a part of the body. It is not a part of your body. Consciousness is not a product of your body. What is a product of your body? You can say ability to see is a product of my body. Ability to hear is a product of my body. Ghee is a product of milk. Right? Ghee is a product of milk. If milk is not there, ghee will not be there. Right? Milk has to undergo some changes in order to become ghee. In the same way, should body undergo changes in order to become Atma? No. Consciousness, Atma, is not a product of your body. Okay, these two we can easily understand. But is consciousness a property of my body? Heat is the property of fire. Heat is the property of fire. Coldness is the property of ice. In the same way, is consciousness a property of my body? No. So consciousness is not a product, part or property of the body. So whatever you do to the body is not going to affect the consciousness, Atma, the real self. This is the take-home message. Whatever you do to the body, it is not going to affect Atma. Then what is consciousness? Consciousness is an independent entity that pervades and enlivens the body. It's like how electricity is an independent entity that pervades and enlivens the fan. Without electricity, fan cannot work. But electricity does not depend upon fan for its working. The fan depends upon electricity for its working. Consciousness is an independent entity that pervades and enlivens the body. Remember our Wi-Fi example. Wi-Fi is an independent entity that pervades and enlivens your computer. Without Wi-Fi signal, your computer is not useful. It is an independent entity. Consciousness is not limited by the body. Do not think there are going to be as many consciousness principles, as many bodies are there. No, there is only one consciousness entity that operates through body. Does not mean that when my body ends, consciousness ends. If I have 10 computers that are connected to the same Wi-Fi signal, computer does not limit the Wi-Fi signal. Computer Wi-Fi signal is all pervading, omnipresent. Computer just taps from that Wi-Fi signal. In the same way, consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the body. Okay, what happens to consciousness after a body dies? Consciousness continues to exist even after the body dies. Just like how even if I turn off my computer, the Wi-Fi signal continues to exist. There is no end for my Wi-Fi signal. Wi-Fi signal will exist, but it is only the end for my computer. In the same way, even after a body dies, consciousness continues to exist. It is only the end for your body. So this is what Krishna is saying from Shloka number 11 to 24. And then he continues. So with this, he is going to finish up the Atma Tattvam. He is going to come back to Atma Tattva later, but he is going to do a not a course correction. He is going to change the point of view of his teaching. He says, Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmadevam viditvainam namushochitumarhasi. Again, avyaktoyam. It is not manifest, it is unmanifest. Achintyoyam, it cannot be thought of because consciousness is the very thinker. Mano vacham agochara, it cannot be thought of. Avikaryoyam, consciousness cannot do any karya because consciousness is just one thing. It cannot do any work because in order to do work you need to have two entities. In the last class we saw Shivaha Shaktya Yuktaha Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum says Acharya in Saundaralagari. Only Shiva when combined with Shakti, Maya. Shiva is Atma, Paramatma. Only Shiva when combined with Maya can do any work. When only Atma is there, he cannot, Atma cannot do any work. Avikaryo yamuchyate tasmadevam viditvainam. That person who knows Atma as this, Nanushochitu Marhati, he will not worry. The major theme that it's repeating in Bhagavad Gita is no shokaha. Tarati shokam atmavit says Upanishad. That person who knows Atma. Who knows Atmana? Just now we saw it as Achintyoyam, it cannot be thought of. But how can a person know Atmana? A person has to know Atma as these features. Does not end there. The person has to own up that Atmahood. When we speak about consciousness, when we speak about Atma, we are not talking about something else, but we are speaking about our own self. If a person knows that, na anushochitu marhati, that person does not deserve, that person does not worry. अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हति. And then here Krishna says, hey Arjuna, even if you think there is an end for Atma, there is no end for Atma, but even if you think there is an end for Atma, you don't have to worry. Atha chainam nitya jatam nityam va manyase mritam. Hey Arjuna, even if you think Atma as nitya jatam na always Atma is going to be born. Nityam va manyase mritam. Mritam means death. Always, if you think Atma always dies, the Atma always is going to be born. Atma is always going to be dying. Tathapi tvam mahabaho nanushochitu marhasi. Even then, you don't have to worry. Why you don't have to worry? What is the logic? It says in the next shloka. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्येथे नानुशोचितुमर्हसि. There are many valuable lessons in this shloka. First he says जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च. Whatever that is born is going to die. If something has got a date of birth, it is going to have a date of expiry. Right from our body has got a date of birth. Whether we like it or not, our body has got going to be an expiry date. If that is the case, why are you going to worry for killing somebody? Because they are going to die anyhow. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. You are only a nimitta, Arjuna. You are only a tool in my hands. You are only a tool for establishing dharma. These people are going to die anyhow. Even if you think Atma is going to be born, Atma is going to die, it is an irrefutable fact. Do not think somebody is going to live forever. Even a person who has discovered elixir of life, even a person who has drunk amrutam, they are going to die one day or the other. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuho dhruvam janma mritasya cha. And then he says another very important lesson. Tasmad apariharyethe natvam shochitu marhe. If you cannot change a situation, there is no point in worrying about that situation. Because worrying cannot change anything. If I have a situation, if I am going to encounter an unpleasant situation, by any means we should try everything what we can do in order to change that situation. Do not think that Krishna is going to be a fatalistic person. What is a fatalistic person? Hey, you have to accept your fate. Krishna does not say that. You have to do everything in your power in order to change unpleasant situation to pleasant situation. But currently, the situation in your hand cannot be changed. Why? Because all Pandavas and Kauravas have already come to the war station. Even if Duryodhana and Dharma comes to an agreement, at this point of time, if Duryodhana says, okay, I will give you half of the kingdom. If Dharma says, okay, if you give me half of the kingdom, let us not fight. Even if they don't want to fight, war cannot be stopped. Because all the other people, they have primed up. They have got that energy. You know, if you have a spring, if you just keep on pressing the spring, eventually it has to come out. In the same way, all these people are here in order to fight. If you withdraw from the fight right now, it is not going to stop the fight. This is an apariharya karyam. What is pariharam? pariharam is an action that you do in order to change your situation. Okay, I have some dosha. In order to get cleared of my dosha, Dosyakaran will say you have to do this pariharam. So pariharam is a course correction activity. But the current scenario is apariharyarte. You cannot correct this course. The course has been set. You cannot correct this course. Tasmat apariharyete natvam shochitum arhasi. So now what is your duty? Is to uphold dharma, is to finish the karyam that you have taken up. That is the wisest choice that you can make, Arjuna. So fine. This is a very important shloka. It has got lots and lots of practical implications. Do not keep on lamenting over something which we cannot change. Ayyo, this political party has come to power. 5 years, this party is going to be there. Whether you lament, whether you keep on happy, whether you are sad, it does not matter. The party is going to be there. You cannot change that. Ayyo, this manager has come to me. This manager is going to be there. This troublemaking manager is going to be there. You cannot change that. What you have to change? You have to change your own attitude towards your life. That is the only thing under your control. Remember the shock absorber principle. You want to make a journey. Road has got lots of pits and falls. You cannot change the road. It is practically impossible. You cannot keep on changing other people who you are going to encounter in your life. You cannot change your own body. How can you change other people? You cannot change them. So what is the simplest thing you can do? You can attach a shock absorber to your vehicle. In the same way, you have to attach a shock absorber to your mind. Okay, these things I can change. If I can change, I will try to change. But A, B, C, D, E, I cannot change. And remember, in life, there are going to be more things which you cannot change than you can change. Krishna never gives false promises. Come to me. I will change everything for you. He does not say that. If something, because of karma, if you have to undergo something, you have to undergo that. There is no second thought about that. What is in your hand is whether you want to undergo with a frown or with a smile. Same situation, if you undergo with a smile, you will not suffer. Same situation, if you undergo with a frown, you are going to suffer. Same thing. I don't have anything to eat. I don't have anything to eat. I am hungry. Right? This is the situation. But if you are hungry because you are observing Ekadashi Vratam, at that time my point of view will be different. If you are hungry because you are very happy that you don't have time to eat, that is a different scenario. But you are hungry because you don't have any food to eat, then your mind will lament. There are crores and crores of people who go to bed without any food because they cannot afford any food. That is a completely different scenario. The effect is the same. What is the effect? You went to bed without eating anything. But what is the cause? If the cause is because you want to go to bed without eating anything, the cause is because you are observing Ekadashi Vratam, then you will be going to bed very happily. Hey, today I observed Ekadashi Vratam to the fullest extent possible. I did not even drink water. I am very happy because I could observe Ekadashi Vratam as per Shastras. I will be going to bed very happily. But if I don't eat anything because there is no food, if I don't eat anything because I don't know how to cook, my father, my mother, my wife, they have gone somewhere, I will be doing Sahasranama Archana for them. Samkyam petale, samkyam petale, samkyam petale. The effect is the same, but the cause is different. The same way, if you are undergoing certain situations in your life, you have two options. You can either undergo them with a smile or you can undergo them with a frown. If you are undergoing them with a smile, then you are happy, people surrounding you are also happy. But if you are undergoing the same situation with a frown, not only that you are going to be suffering, you are going to make sure that the people surrounding you, they are going to suffer as well. எனக்கு சாப்பாடு கிடைக்கல, எனக்கு சாப்பாடு கிடைக்கல, எனக்கு சாப்பாடு கிடைக்கலன்னு வீட்டில் இருக்கிற எல்லாரையும் திட்டுவான். That is going to make the situation even more complicated. Next time, even people who care about you, they are going to think twice before coming to you because you are going to have a very grim outlook. So remember this word, tasmad apariharyete natvam shochitum arhasi. If you cannot change something, try to accept that with a smile. If you can change something, by all means try to change that thing. Don't have any problem. But if you cannot change something, tasmat apariharyete natvam shochitum arhasi. You don't have to worry about killing the Atma. You don't have to worry about killing all these people, fighting against all these people, because this is an apariharya karyam. Okay, now Arjuna can ask, hey Krishna, what did Krishna say? Krishna's argument is that even if you think Atma is going to die, even if you think it is their body, they are not made up of Atma, don't worry, body is going to be created, body is going to be killed. Anyhow, they are going to die. Now Arjuna will say, hey, body can be killed, right? Won't I get that papam of killing the body? I am going to destroy something. Now Krishna says, hey Arjuna, it is not so. Because in the Srishti, everything is a cycle. Avyakta jini bhutani, vyakta madhyani bharata, avyakta nidhanan yeva, tatraka paridevana. Hey Arjuna, even this body you cannot kill completely, Arjuna. You cannot make any matter disappear from this universe. How do you say so? So a person dies, putting it in fire, buried in earth, then their body disappears now. This is where you are making mistake, Arjuna. Body in that form disappears. Body in that form disappears. But the body cannot disappear. Okay, let us take another example. I have a nice chain that I use. Chain is a transactional utility. Golden chain is a transactional entity. It has got a transactional utility. What is the transactional utility of the golden chain? I am going to put it around my neck. I am going to show to all the other people. Now for some reason my chain has broken down into 3 pieces. What breaks down? It is the chain that is broken down, not the gold. If the chain is made up of 10 grams of gold, even after broken up the chain, even after the chain is broken up into 3 pieces, if you keep all the 3 pieces together, you are going to have 10 grams of gold. நான் 10 கிராமுக்கு தங்கம் செயின் வாங்கினேன், உடஞ்சி போச்சு, 5 கிராம் ஆயிடுது, 5 கிராம் தான் கடைக்காரன் எடுத்து பண்ணா, will we sell the broken chain? We will not sell. The chain is broken, but the gold is not broken. You can use the same gold in order to make 10 grams of some other chain. Same thing happens to our bodies. This arrangement of carbon atom, our body is made up of carbon atoms. When a person dies, when the body decomposes or when the body is burnt up, this arrangement of carbon atom is what is going to disappear, but that carbon atom will never disappear. We study about carbon cycle. What happens to that carbon atom? If when you burn the body, the carbon atom becomes carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide comes to other plants because of photosynthesis. Some other person is going to eat that plant, and then that carbon atom will go into some other person's body. That carbon atom will go to some other person's body. Okay, if I bury that person, what will going to happen? That all the carbon atoms in the decomposing body will become bacteria. Again, that bacteria will become plants. It is going to get integrated into plants. Carbon cycle will go on. Matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. One form of matter can be converted into another form of matter. Now science speaks about conservation, law of conservation of matter, law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of atom, law of conservation of momentum. This is the law of conservation of the whole universe. Avyakta adini bhutani. Vyakta madhyani bharata. Avyakta nidhanan yeva. Tatra ka paridevana. What happens when a person is present inside their mother's stomach? All the atoms, carbon atoms in the kid is going to come from mother's food. Where does mother get food from? She is going to eat plants or animals if she is non-vegetarian. Let us keep it that way. The child is going to grow. So before the child is born, their body is in an unmanifest form. Unmanifest, it is manifest but in a different form, not as a human body. Same carbon atom will be present in the environment as carbon dioxide. The same carbon atom is going to be present as glucose in plants. The same carbon atom is going to be present as glycogen in the liver. But all those things is going to undergo modification and become a kid. Avyakta adini bhutani. Everything is going to be in an unmanifest form. You cannot create even a blade of grass from scratch. Whatever we do is just recycling. Whatever we do is just recycling, remodeling. You cannot create anything out of thin air. Everything is present in an unmanifest form. Avyakta adini bhutani. Vyakta madhyani bharata. Only when that thing is born, it becomes manifest. There is no real birth. There is no real creation. There is only manifestation. Carbon atoms get arranged into one particular shape, forming a human. Carbon atoms get arranged into another particular shape, forming a tree. Vyakta madhyani bharata. What happens when the human dies? Avyakta nidhanan yeva. Nidhanaha, meaning death. You cannot make anything disappear as well. You are going to only split the particular arrangement of carbon atoms from human into something else. If you burn it, all the carbon will become carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide or methane. If you bury it, all the carbon atoms get encapsulated into bacteria or fungus. Avyakta nidhanan eva. Tatraka paridevana. So, even if you think body can be killed, Arjuna, body can never be killed. Body just undergoes transformation from one form to another form. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवत् चैव मन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्. So remember, this is a technique that all the authors use. If authors want to bring your attention to a particular concept, what do they do now? They will change the meter of the shlokas. Remember last shloka, avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवत् चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्. After that, देहि नित्यमवध्योऽहं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. So the 29th shloka, 30th shloka and 28th shloka and the rest of Bhagavad Gita will be in 1 meter. 29th shloka is in a different meter. So it is like having a music. Now if you watch a movie, background will be there, but when there is a song, sudden increase in the volume. When there is a song, even in movie, the color will be different. It is going to be bright colors. Because why? They want to bring your attention towards that entity, towards that scene. During climax, lots of music will be there. Why? Because it is an important part and they want to bring your attention to that part. But when Vyasa writes Mahabharata, etc., there is no re-recording, there is no movie, there is no music, etc. Right? So this is the thing that they use in order to bring your attention towards something. If it is a book, you can print it in bold letters. You can print it in italics. If you change the font, the letter becomes bold, or you put a box surrounding it, you highlight it. You can do anything if it is in print form. But remember, all these Mahabharata, Ramayana, Vedas, they were never printed. In those days, it was only transmitted orally. So for bringing people's attention, they use this technique. What they will do now, they will just change the meter of that shloka. Days of a person dozed off. Even if a person dozed off, okay, something changes. The way that they chant changes, which means that okay, this is very, very important. So that person will listen. So here, Krishna changes the meter, which means that okay, this is something very, very important. Krishna says, hey Arjuna, this Atma Tattvam that I have explained it to you. Ascharyavat pasyati kaschidenam. People will look at this with awe. A-W-E, awe. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Some people will speak about it with great surprise, with great awe. Ascharyavat chainamanya shrunoti. Even when another person listens, they will get goosebumps. But alas, what happens? Shrutva pyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. All the people who listens to Atma Tattva, most of them, they don't even understand Atma Tattva. It looks something very, very different, but it is very, 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 very hard to understand. Taittiriya Upanishad, it is part of Yajurveda only, but when Trishanku experiences Atma Tattva, Yajurveda, it is a prose. There is no music in Yajurveda. But then in Taittiriya Upanishad, he will say ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. hamannado hamannadah ahagvishlo gagrid ahamasmi prathamajarutasya purvan devebhyo amritasya nabhahi yo madadadi saidevamaha ahamannamannamadantamadmi. When this person realizes that this person is Atma, he says, ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha, ooh. There is no meaning for ha and ooh. It is Ascharya. Then when we say, oh, with great ah, he says, ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha. Same way, Krishna says, this Atma Tattva is a great wonder. When people see this Atma Tattva, Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidena. When people listen to Atma Tattva, they do it with great Ascharya. When people speak about Atma Tattva, they speak so with great Ascharya. But the only problem is that 99% of the people do not know about Atma, they only speak about Atma. Shrutva penam vedana chaiva gaschite. The real understanding of Atma does not come very, very easily. It is very, 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 very hard, Arjuna, says Krishna. With this we will finish this session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om. We'll see remaining shlokas in the next class. Bye bye.